Today, we have a special guest, a gentleman from Business and Hotel Management School, BHMS, Mr. Andrew Hounslow, the Sales and Marketing Manager of BHMS. In this video, we are going to show you around one of the top schools in hospitality management in the world, which is the Mysterious School, and how about the living standards and qualification of that school. Does it have any kinds of scholarship offered to Vietnamese students? Let's watch till the end of this video. Okay, Andrew, can you say something about yourself for me and the audience?
Thank you, Sarah. Yes, as you mentioned, Andrew is my name. I'm from BHMS in Switzerland. BHMS is part of a much larger education group, the Benedict Education Group. Benedict itself is one of the oldest and largest education groups in all of Switzerland. So we're very lucky to have so many teachers to access for our students. BHMS is the English-speaking part of Benedict Education Group in Switzerland. And as such, we are quite a small school that specialises in management and hotel management. We have access to nearly 14 or 1,500 teachers, and the number of students studying at BHMS each year is only around 1,100. So we have a large group of teachers for quite a small group of students, which makes much more personal and much better education able to be personalised for each student.
Okay, thank you for the warming introduction. Now we will turn to the most important part. 10 facts when studying in BHMS. I will ask you 10 questions and you need to answer it respectively, and you make sure that your answer is short and correct and useful to our students.
I will try.
So let's get started.
Sure.
The first question. Many students say that BHMS are increasingly investing and improving the facilities as well as the teaching staff to become one of the best schools in Switzerland compared to the previous year. So is this true or not, and which policy your school are heading to complete that mission?
Yes, Sarah. Every year, schools need to improve. The needs of both the students and really the future employers change, their expectations change. We're trying to create managers for the future, and the way the world works, things need to change very regularly. So every year we update our academic areas with different types of classes, different projects and different assignments, because the students need to move forward with both technology and the way the management is required in different areas of different parts of the world. As far as our campus is concerned, we recently renovated a complete renovation of our main campus building, which includes accommodation, a restaurant for the students to eat at, all of our administration facilities. It's really a lovely building to visit, and it's actually now the largest hotel/school in Lucerne in Switzerland, which we're quite proud of as well.
The next question. Students studying in BHMS will enjoy the accommodation and meals inside the school campus. And the total fees are included in fees at the beginning of every academic year. Is that right?
Yes, yeah, we believe in transparency. We want the parents to know what they're paying for before the students go. Many schools, you pay for the academic side, and then living costs become very expensive, and parents often find it difficult to cover the costs of those things. And so when we charge students at the beginning of each year, it covers everything. It covers both the school fees and full accommodation for the students. We supply meals for the students in our restaurant. They get a buffet breakfast, a lunch and dinner Monday to Friday. We give them a little sleep in on Saturdays, so we only give them brunch and dinner on Saturday and Sunday. But everything else is included as well: medical insurance, transport fees. We even offer the students the chance to do excursions, taking them away for visiting other places during their free time on the weekends. So students get the opportunity to travel quite a lot with us. Of course, there are times when students want to spend money themselves. They can often go to buy gifts or do separate travelling events themselves. We don't cover things like the girlfriend or boyfriend gifts, or even a SIM card. I think the students pay for their SIM card as well, but everything else is covered. Also, all the students study for 6 months and then do an internship for 6 months, and it's a guaranteed paid internship with quite a good salary. I think most people would agree that the minimum salary in Switzerland is very high, and so each student gets the opportunity to earn 2,300 Swiss francs, which is almost the same as US dollars. I think it equates to about 54 million Vietnam dong per month for each student. And so some of the students decide to save most of that money so that they can help their parents with fees. Others decide to spend that money in travelling and going and buying different things in the nearby countries. So again, it's important for parents to know that they don't have to spend any extra when they come to BHMS.
Yeah, so how about the visa application? Is it stricter now? And who is your official representative that students should apply their document to?
Yep. Well, visa applications all over the world are becoming more and more difficult. The process for getting the visas is quite complex in some cases. BHMS has chosen Vinahure as their main agent here because they work very closely with us. And they also work closely with their students in Switzerland. They come and visit Switzerland regularly. It gives them the opportunity to make sure that their students are looked after. But the application process is very, very good here. We cover all areas, paperwork, etc. And our country manager, Yen, works very closely with you guys, which makes us feel very confident in the fact that we can succeed in getting visas for all the good quality students that we want to bring to BHMS in Switzerland.
Thank you. Question number 4. Many students ask Vinahure that who is the partner of BHMS where they can do the internship at?
Yes, well, internships are generally broken down. Most students do 3 separate internships, and usually the first internship is learning how to work. And so often we'll put students for their first internship into a restaurant somewhere, so they learn the basics of hospitality. Generally the second internship is more working in a team or developing teamwork and learning more about multicultural environments. And so often then we'll put students into a slightly different or more upmarket type of environment so they get to interact with customers more. And usually by the third internship, if the students have worked hard and done well, we can usually try and find them a high quality place, either a 4 or 5-star hotel, where the students can really start to involve themselves in the industry, start to learn how to lead the groups and become future managers. So some of the places, for example, we enjoy using the Hilton, Intercontinental, Movenpick, a number of different establishments which have large chains and big brands. Often it allows the students to then come back and be offered a job in their home country if that same company has businesses here. We've even got a couple of Vietnamese students, I believe, that are studying at the moment in America, also back here in Vietnam in a couple of very high quality establishments. So we're excited to see that it is working, especially for the Vietnamese students that finish with us.
Here is the good news. Question number 5. When students finish their learning at BHMS, they will have 2 degrees from BHMS and Robert Gordon University of UK. Is that right? And are they accepted globally?
Yep. We are very happy to be partnered with Robert Gordon in the UK. The degree that students get when they finish with us is the same degree as if they had studied in the UK at Robert Gordon on their premises. But we're also lucky in the fact we can now offer our own degree. BHMS has their own degree program, so studying for 3 years gives you a bachelor in both Robert Gordon and at BHMS in Switzerland. So again, something nice to put up on the wall for mum and dad. When they've paid all of this money, they get to have 2 degrees up on the wall. Plus having 3 lots of experience means that they're very likely to get an incredibly good job first up.
Okay, the next question. Students have to learn German or French when they want to study in BHMS. Is that right?
BHMS is based in Switzerland, which is the German-speaking part of Switzerland, and so we do include German in our course. All the courses are taught in English, and we expect the students to be able to understand English at a fairly good level in order to start studying with us. But we do make them study German because that's the area we're in. And it also gives them the opportunity to work in better environments for their internships. We're not asking them to study for academic writing or anything difficult like that in German. It's more about communication. And once students have completed that to a reasonable level, they have the opportunity to study another language, which is all covered in the costs. Some students prefer French, some others prefer Spanish, for example, if they're going to work in the US. We're even doing Chinese now, because a lot of students want to work in Asia in some of the larger new hotels. So the students do get a choice in language, but again, it's not a complex thing. We're not trying to encourage them to become academic writers in different languages. It's more about communication, so that at the front desk, when you can say hello to somebody in their native language, you're likely to get a better tip. When I'm staying in Vietnam, I try and learn to say hello and thank you in Vietnamese. And the same is encouraged for our students. If they plan to work in Europe, they should be able to do the same in German or French. If they're going to work in Vietnam, obviously they need to speak Vietnamese. So language is not as difficult as we first made out. But we do encourage students, if they get the chance, to study German or French before they come. By all means, it will give you a bit of an advantage, especially for your first internship opportunities.
Yeah, so it is not compulsory.
Not compulsory to study before you get there, no, but we do teach German as a compulsory subject.
So question number 7. Students have to do internship inside Switzerland, or they can do it globally. And can you name some examples?
Yeah, sure. We encourage all of our students to do at least one of their internships in Switzerland. It's about learning Swissness, or the ability to be multicultural in that environment. And we know the companies in Switzerland very well, and we know that they do a good job in training their students during their internship period. But students do have the option to study or do their internships internationally, either in America, Dubai, lots of different places actually. We often find Vietnamese students wanting to study in Singapore or Taiwan or Dubai, but we encourage them, if they are studying internationally, to do it in one of the big brand organisations, because often these big brands will want to employ those students after graduation, and they have businesses all over the world, including here in Vietnam. So it gives the students a chance to study back at home, work back at home when they've finished with them. So.
And the next question. Can you answer Vietnamese student question about the future job opportunity when studying in your school?
Yes, we've got a company called Masterwork. And it's our own company, which is designed for both the internship placements and job placements after work. But we don't just send off students' CVs. Many companies or many schools would just pack all the CVs up in a nice big pile and post them all out or email them all out to many different schools. We're very fortunate at BHMS. We've got a very good reputation with some very large, high-quality businesses. And those businesses usually once or twice a year send their representatives to us at BHMS to find students. And they come to us and ask us who we think would be appropriate. We then spend quite a deal of time helping the students to get through the interview process, to understand how to listen, how to speak, and how to ask the right questions of the interviewer so that they get offered the right job. Many of these companies are from very famous establishments, not just hotels, but the hotels you'd be aware of again: Intercontinental, Movenpick, Hilton, Sheraton, Novotel, Holiday Inn. They're all partners with us, and there's many, many others. A number of airlines and a number of businesses, both in insurance, banking, all these types of jobs. They actually send their representatives to us because they trust our judgment, and Masterwork, the company we have, that do such a fantastic job finding jobs for the students.
Yeah. And the question number 9. Is it possible for students studying bachelor degree or other major to apply for master's science in BHMS? And if the student have already been studying Bachelor of Hospitality Management in the countries to transfer credits and continue to study in BHMS the following year?
Yes, we're finding a lot more students every year. A little bit older students who've studied for 1 or 2 years in their home country or even in other countries are more than happy to actually come to Switzerland to finish their degrees. Whether that be 1 or 2 years extra to finish their degree, or whether it be fine once they've done their degree. Here in Vietnam, for example, the degrees here are now at a quality where we accept them. But they can come and do an MSc in 1 year or an MBA over a 2-year period. And it gives them, again, a dual degree, both in the UK and in Switzerland, plus the internships, which really is a vital part of what we do, to encourage students to learn how to work and how to become managers in the future.
How about the credit transfer?
The credit transfers. Usually most of the courses that are here in Vietnam particularly, we can transfer almost all of the credit, in some cases all of it. If they've been studying in the right subjects, then usually there's no problem at all. There's occasionally times when students have studied other subjects as their majors, and we do have some bridging programs or short-term programs which can teach the basics of hospitality before moving into an MSc. But there are definitely ways we can find for students to come to Switzerland and do 1 year or 2 years after they've been studying to gain a full accreditation.
And the last question, also the most important one. Does your school have any scholarship offered to Vietnamese students? And when is the deadline?
Yes, well, at BHMS, we're in Switzerland, and the Swiss franc is a very strong currency. And we understand that the Vietnamese currency is sometimes not quite as strong, and we still want Vietnamese students to be able to study with us in Switzerland, and so we're offering a 4,000 Swiss franc, or just over $4,000 scholarship to Vietnamese students who apply through Vinahure. And we're hoping to be able to extend that for as long as possible. We offered it originally as part of our 90th anniversary with Benedict and 20th anniversary for BHMS. But I'm sure if you talk to Sarah or one of the people here at Vinahure, we can arrange to find a scholarship that's suitable for you.
Yes, thank you. This video is turning to the last section. We have already finished 10 interesting facts of BHMS. And I would like to thank Mr. Andrew to be here and answer all my questions. And thank you all for watching this video till the end. Besides helping you to complete the document with no fee, Vinahure will give you special gifts when you apply for BHMS courses with us, such as air ticket from Vietnam to Switzerland, free German course or French course, free parent visiting document service, and other secret promotion. So if you have any question or just want to know about study abroad in Switzerland, please contact us through the email switzerland.vinahure@gmail.com or call our hotline 0348480000. We will reach you in the meantime. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah.